Yes. I'm in the suburbs of Philly. Hello, Chris. How are you guys? My favorite people in the world. Yeah. Canadian Open is the biggest Go tournament next to the U.S. Open. So it's this is the 48th Canadian Open. So this is really has been going on for a long time. Before today, what do I receive in my email in the mornings? A email from the American Go e-journal. And yes, here's some information about the Canadian Open 2025. They picked out four players to watch for this year. There's Ivan Lowe, the 2024 Canadian Open winner, made his mark by winning the Toronto Go Spectacular. So he is a favorite in this tournament. Brady Zhang, he is a rising force in open competition. Brady represented the Canada in the World Amateur Go Championships in May, just a few weeks ago. And then also Sunda Leo Tan, still a teenager. He is this guy right here, a very big teenager, and he's won the Redmond Cup a few times. Makes him a serious contender for 2024 after tying for first in 2024. Okay. Tying for first in last year's Go Canadian Open. I guess it is with Ivan Lowe. And we have one more player, Kim Do Hyuk. This guy is a personality. He lives in Korea and he goes to all amateur Go tournaments around the world. We saw him in Chicago a few weeks ago and in Europe even later, a few days ago. So this guy is absolutely going around the world. I always joke about this guy. I say he can't win any Korean Go tournaments. So he goes to around the world for European tournaments to make him. And once he came to North America, he stopped winning tournaments. And that was many have used this to say that NA is greater than EU. So I'm thankful that Do Hyuk is here to prove that NA is stronger than EU. European Union Go players. However, Kim Do Hyuk has just won the Chicago Open, which happened in Memorial Day a few weeks ago. So that NA is stronger than EU claim is no longer that strong at the moment. So we'll see how he does this year. Here's some more information about the Canadian Open. 48th in a very long time. Top prize is 1,500 plus. Oh man! So this is one of the highest championship prize in 48 years. I can attest to this. I have won the Canadian Open once, and it was not 1,500. And also breaking, the Canadian Open features 90-minute time controls. 90 minutes. That's extremely long. So good luck to the players. We have a lot of time today as well. Okay, there's also a Canadian Open promo video. I watched it beforehand. I'm not going to take you guys through that now. And there's a whole bunch of other things. This is great. The Canadian Open is really a mini Go Congress. So the round one has already happened this morning, and 3 games were broadcasted live. And we're going to take you to one of the games now, board one. On round two, here are what the games look like. You guys can see some of these games are more advanced, far along than others. But first, we are going to look at the first round. So we have a heavyweight matchup. Both of these players were mentioned in that e-journal article. Um, yeah, this is board one on round one. This is Liu Tan versus Brady Zhang. The two heavyweights, both players are mentioned um, in that article, and Liu Tan being the strongest young player in North America, having won the Redmond Cups, and Brady Zhang just represented um, Canada in the World Amateur Go Championships. We have a chat message. Who do you think is a favorite for this tournament? My personal favorite was actually um, there was one guy I felt really had a good chance. That was a very old Chinese 7P. Unfortunately, he is not playing here. So switch to a new one. That would be Leo Tan, is what I think of at first. I think the dark horse for the tournament would be an old timer named Ge Yongfei, Yongfei Ge. He is also playing in the tournament, and he was super strong. And from talking to him, I get the feeling that Ge Yongfei has been using AI to study a lot. So uh, the only reason Kim Do Hyuk is not mentioned in this one as a favorite is I hope Kim loses a lot in North America, so I can keep claiming that North America is stronger than European Union Go players. Yeah. Yeah. Do Hyuk just dominated Chicago, so 100%. Yeah. There was a kid who gave Kim Do Hyuk a run for his Chicago money um, and Chris thinks he was almost taking him down. That guy is also in the Redmond Cup finals this year. He is only 15 or 16, or even younger, or maybe even 13 or 12. Very, very young, very, very strong. Yeah, he's gonna give Leo Tan for a run on their money at the US Go Congress this year. He is 13, confirmed by Twitch chat. Okay, so here in the opening, Leo has played a very aggressive opening or AI-esque opening with the shoulder hit early. This makes a lot of sense because Black has a very big moyo. Has moves on the outside. We'll see if he makes a moyo later. So heavyweight matchup right in the beginning. Brady extending out with the super close getting up in Black's face here. Although you guys may know the Joseki has white play in the extend move. One of the Joseki goes like this, and then Black extends. Sometimes Black exchanges a Tiger Mouse move. At this point, with one extra stone here for white, he may be worried about various moves, like these kinds of moves. So, okay, white, that's what black would be worried about. White doesn't extend because extend may prompt black to play a different Joseki. Jumping out to here, jumping sideways can be safely ignored on the top, and then perhaps he was worried about this pincer. All right. So speaking of Leo Tan, a very seasoned player, he looks much older than his age. So um, look out for Leo in the Redmond Cup finals in Go Congress this year. Um, by the way, Go Congress, best Go event in North America. You get a free T-shirt that you can wear all year long. One of my most common T-shirts I wear is from the 2012 Go Congress, and so that T-shirt is 14 years old. I still wear it. Why is that? 2012 Go Congress. That they had a particularly good design, Chris, and the quality of the shirt was impeccable. It hasn't broken down or had major holes in it. That's all. That's all. Go Congress! Make sure you guys get take home those Go Congress shirts. I'm wearing one from last year. I wear a lot of these shirts. Yes, yes. All right. So, okay, we just mentioned White played on the bottom here, and getting up into Black's face, very, very close to the corner, is totally by design. Um, Usually, you see this when Black has a two space jump where the corner is a little less defended. Sometimes you get right in like this. This is what we see very commonly. Another move is to stay farther away. So this move is not like right on top, but also, as close as you can get, without having a very clear, follow up by Black. So this is a very provocative move. Since the Tanuki was made Black, Leo ladders this one stone, and here we see the two moves from before working very well to provide the ladder, provide the to make the ladder work. White plays the next move N3. This move may seem a little aggressive to you guys, but coupled with the previous white move, getting right up into Black's face without allowing Black to really strengthen the corners through some exchanges is a very consistent way to play. Clearly, White was planning for this earlier. Let's see how the plan turns out. Counter pincer is a very strong move, and it's very reasonable at the same time. This move must be something that White really likes to do. I think either Michael or Chris has the Twitch stream open with audio. Just made sure I muted my Twitch stream. Maybe Chris needs to do that too. That's okay. So you guys may be hearing some echoes. And rooting for him because he is active in the NAOL. Yes, Ivan Lowe is active in the North American Online League. Yeah. So its game plan. Great. I just hear the echoing is totally fixed. So great. I didn't do anything on my end. I hope it was Chris, or it was something else. All good. All right. So White plays a very different looking knight's move, and then Black plays this jump. So we see Leo's very reasonable. He's strengthening his own groups at the same time as his knight's move is a little bit exposed from earlier, but Leo doesn't attack. Leo just keeps strengthening his positions and makes territory. This is a very high level, advanced, cautious kind of play. This is highly recommended for you guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to do whatever is very important to me at the same time as I am attacking you, strengthening your weakest attacking stones. And so in the game, White makes these two an exchange and a strengthening move for himself. This move has very little attack left in it, so it feels like Black's tactics are succeeding, and the game moves on. So the game was forced to move on. This is very nice. It's quite a very strong form of fighting. Just keep making yourself stronger, and then your opponent at some point has to move on. But very good time to move on. This happens after Black plays another territory making move at 02. white plays here. This is very, very big. Because the only bad thing about playing in this kind of very unaggressive, very righteous looking kind of gameplay is that you often lose Sente coming up. So white takes Sente, makes a very big move. Okay, right now the expected move is turn and then jump. Maybe just jump to take the corner. When white plays this pressing move, some good ideas are coming to mind. One is to keep, black is already pretty concentrated on the bottom. So one idea is to make black a little over concentrated, like this. For example, if these moves are played, the J4, K3, L3, all these moves are very close to all the new black moves. That's a way of making black very concentrated. So that's one idea. Another idea is, as we see in the game, splitting the two black groups with counter-attacking intentions. I actually don't like this as much because, we just mentioned black is borderlining over-concentrated on the bottom. If you keep, if you attack something that's over-concentrated, you're not going to be able to threaten that group. So this frees up black to go into the corner, and he does. And so now we're stuck with the left-hand side group as a target for white, and the white group also as a target for black. So this is giving up territory in the beginning, and then still not really, winning the fight. And black just played c8 earlier, which works very well to protect and strengthen this group. Also does a good job of attacking white. So at this point, black has totally reversed the game. Remember, beginning black was playing the shoulder hit on the fourth line, jumping. White played the 3-3, so black was all on the outside. Now black has totally switched it around. Black has a lot of territory now, and this seems like a very controlled position for black so far. So Leo is displaying his, um, you know, his personality on the Go board. All right, so right now white is very consistent with the earlier game plan. White was looking to attack, so of course white comes to attack this way. Perfectly reasonable. And here, they're gonna butt heads now. Black double honeys. This opens up this cut which was exploited by white. So now this fight is going, now they're really going into it. Another move would be to extend. This would be more peaceful. Who does this fight favor? Hard to say. But one thing that black has working for black is this kind of Atari from the outside. Even if black ends up losing this kind of a fight, this is a very reasonable exchange. So black is very light in this case. So in the game, black Atari's white jumps. This is really going after the four stones. Okay, this makes a lot of sense as well, given all the white moves from earlier. A very strong move is here. This uses the fact that the connect is Sente for black, to move out over here. And if white blocks, now we can see the connect coming into play. So this is potentially a very problematic move against white. Black played there's a more reasonable, cautious, fine Atari move that we mentioned earlier. White now is likely to jump onto the third line. And in fact, white jumps two spaces. This is very interesting. Oh, so if white is able to maintain this connection, this two-space jump is much more efficient than the one-space jump. So this strategy, these moves also make a lot of sense for white. In the game, black was not able to find anything strong directly. Black plays here. this is aimed at if black can get some kind of exchange, and one Atari of any kind, one Atari of any kind, this position would be this is very very winning for black. Um, there's a lot of liberties for black, so white is not gonna win this liberty race. Okay, so white adjusts and plays here. Okay, good, good. This gives black a chance to destroy the corner. White then connects. Yes, this is a self-strengthening protective move against all the cuts. So makes perfect sense. Black peeps. Okay, this is very good. So capturing is for sure to be sente, but then this loses a lot of agi on the side. Black is dying on the inside with the four stones, so black really wants to first play on the outside, maybe get a move here in sente. This move, this sente move, will allow black to headbutt and capture white this way. So this is, there's this that can't be stopped. So this can't be stopped. So white always has this problem here. So that's why white has to go address this. This allows black to get the corner and so on. Black wants to play the peep first and then make this peep. So he wants both of these peeps. If white plays the bamboo, this is more on the inside, less pressure for white, for black on the outside. So after this, black is gonna likely tanuki this position and play over here. And so we have the corner versus the side exchange. Very interesting play on both sides. In the game, white fights back and plays the tiger moves out, tiger mouse move out. Very interesting. Cool. Black pushes, white blocks. Okay. Push is getting ready getting ready to play this push, Atari, and then this capture, and then this move, and then this move. That would be ideal for black. By the way, guys, if the audio is fine, please tell us. Especially tell us if the audio is not working well. Thanks. So pushes. This is very strong. It's hard to. So another thing is if white protects on the outside. If white protects on the outside, black has this very strong hane here. I hear there's some echoes. So just to be safe, I am going to only join the Twitch chat on my phone, and I'm gonna close out of my Twitch. So then it'll be fine. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it was me all along, guys. All right. I will only read the chat through my phone, which is just as good. Okay. And we were just talking about white has multiple threats to defend against. The hane and the push. So it's hard to say how white does it. White plays this move, and this will allow black to push through. This white could cut in code, but you never want a position where you invested so much into to capture something and to have that come back out alive. So this is very, very tough for white right now, and AI approves. Yeah, given the double threat position that white is facing, maybe now white has to push out counterattack like this. If white gets black to connect, then white just defends the inside threat with the outside danger being taken care of by that push. So this is likely to lead to some kind of an exchange like this, and where black survives, but white totally destroys black's bottom. Interesting. When white headbutts and then black pushes, there's no way to start. There's no way to capture black clean after this. Okay, so white does play the Atari and then push out. So after white Atari is here, black will have to address the outside and not capture. In the game, black plays a double Hane first. This is another very, very strong, um, strong move. So if white saves the outside, this will give black some senteis, and that would allow black to sort of keep fighting on the outside. This would be very, very problematic for white. So white Tanukis, this is where it looks like they're playing all over the place, but actually there's a lot of there's a lot of needs to play every move. Okay, so a big outside. This has to be a big success for black. Um, when white plays the capture, black can survive in the corner with this attack. So this is going, white captures one, but there's another. This is Sente for white, but black is totally alive. For it doesn't play this peep is Sente. So it's very tough. It's a very tough call for white on either side. Interesting. So white plays here to capture black's three stones, or to threaten to capture, but really to profit in Sente and play here. Um, yeah, so in the game, um, white chooses none of white chooses to first try to profit in Sente on the top, and black chooses to counterattack white in the corner. Again, this is like what you see in AI versus AI games a lot. It looks all over the place, but there's actually fairly good, reasonable importance to all of these things. Okay, I know exactly what happened here. All right, so unfortunately for the board, we are gonna have to do some detective work because the SGF is a little bit misaligned at this point. When white played here, for sure black took the ko. White went and found some ko threats and took it back. When they messed up the board, they just filled in a random point for black, and okay, so this is what happened when black took, white extended out, and black, they continued to fight the ko. So these are ko threats, and hmm. so okay, just think of this as fighting kos. Very, very unfortunately interesting. So interesting. Guys, this this SGF is really messed up with a lot of ordering. So we're gonna go with um, we're gonna go with the code. Yeah, yep. Mm, mm, mhm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, it's okay. So this right. So this sound. First of all, guys, we're Mhm. Okay, okay. But I'm gonna have to mute Chris for now. Okay. Yeah, so the SGF is not recorded right. However, they did most of the most important job, which is they recorded the final position, and it's a first round, so a lot of things happen, and the ground crew has done their job valiantly. So you guys can see where the coast threats are coming from. Basically, all that happened is they fought this ko like this, and then they kept fighting the ko. Black using the ko threats on the top, saving the black side group versus the white side group. And white is using the ko threats on the bottom. One of them was a throw in here at c1. And at the end of the day, when white played this move on the outside, anyways, black won the ko, and then white ended up losing this entire bottom group as white could not find a suitable ko threat after the turnout. This a3 is likely a black stone. This b8 may have been a white stone, so it looks like this. Maybe white captured, black connected, and c1 was a white stone. Um, so so um, so we'll fill in the move, and this is a black stone at a3. So this is how the board likely looked at the end of the ko. Anyway, still a fairly close game, but we got the important thing, which is at the end, black won. Okay, so Leo won the first game. Brady, the powerhouse matchup was won by the Redmond Cup player Leo. Now I have just gotten confirmation that board 2 and board 3 went super smooth. Um, so good. All right. Here, let's go to board 2. And these two players I have not met before. Black is Tian, Li Gen, and then white is Yu. Okay. I see. I was very excited to see white playing that move, the high approach, but no, white just played the perfect, reasonable move to approach the corner. Very normal moves so far, and black goes into the 3-3, very reasonable, very interesting, super symmetric top and bottom position. Right now, a very important thing is to strengthen the white shape on the bottom. White may want to do this in a more active way here. Maybe play this move. This is another big move. Let's see where white played in the game. White just simply played the tiger mouse move, okay? And black is reduced to taking the stone out from the top. So of course, between these two, of course, black would rather start the fight from the bottom, because this way black can counterattack against both white sides. So just this exchange seems like white is gaining a little bit. Black is forced to start the fighting at the less advantageous spot. Okay, white peeps and then jumps. If black allows white to connect underneath, this would be white fully strengthening the position on the top. And having this position fully strengthened means that black would have to run, and then the invasion, the bottom stones, white is not going to have any worries going forward, and that means he can do all the development that he wants in the future. In the game, black does jump, so let's see. Now white has the freedom to choose. Highly recommended the attachment or the 3-3 to divvy up the corner. Another move is this move at m3. This one, the follow-up, a very good follow-up is the Sente extend at s5. This has a further strengthening effect on the right-hand side. In the game, white extends up. Interesting. So this is, they're continuing to fight locally here. This is likely perfectly fine for white. Black is not likely to be able to totally tanuki, or if black tanukis, the middle group is going to be a liability for the future. So Yeah. So let's see if black responded. Black turned. Okay, this is a very active way to respond, which is okay. But after one active move, black chickens out and defends. This is very, very common um, in all Go players, actually. Yeah, but once you chicken out, it's gonna be tougher and tougher. The big problem is the way black chickened out of this fight. White has a very good sente here that still maintained all the strengths in the white shape. Everything for white is still totally connected. That's what allowed white to play a very strong jump attack move here. This is exposing the double cut, but white doesn't care because the top is already strong enough. This is a very vicious attack. Okay, black continues to chicken out. And then another move here. This move is okay. So far, black has played very solidly, not aggressively, and I think by now black should be reasonably sure that this is alive. So it's time to take the points from the other places. Black turned around over here to cap white in the center. Remember, none of the cuts work right now, so both of the cuts would be laddered. So it's hard to see where black is gonna get territory or value with his move in the center. However, when white plays just answers in the center, you can see where white is getting territory and value. It's solidifying the right-hand side. And later, if white cuts the middle off, that's another new target. Okay, so black, very interesting how they played lots of moves in the middle of the board. Again, I recommend black and white to go for this more territorially valuable moves over there, especially this move by white. Um, interesting. This could this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, guys. I think this is what happened to D. When on these transcribed boards, whenever one player plays a move out of turn, it usually makes it makes the board messed up, so it stops recording. And so we see what we're seeing here is very likely manually entered moves by broadcasters. So this is very well done. I could not tell that this was manually entered until I saw something that is clearly in the wrong order. Okay, yeah. So there's a much more reasonable explanation for all this. Looks like white played the jump at 05 first, and then black played here, and then white played the knight's move. Black played moves around here, attach, attach on the bottom, black blocks, attach on the top, black connects, and then white connects back. So this is all very reasonable now. Attach, extend back, black plays the capping move, and then white plays this move, black plays here, and now black plays here. Okay, very, yeah, looks like we're back on track. Good. So usually what happens, and I've been in their shoes a lot too, usually what happens when the board messes up is sometimes later, um, you know, usually, ideally, there's no one in charge, but sometimes there is someone in charge, and I was that person in charge sometimes, and then you're scrambling to recreate the board, and then after you recreate the current board, because you find out 15 moves later that the board is messed up, then you begin to manually record and everything, and it's just very difficult to do. Okay, so um, interesting. Okay, I have found the right board branch. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, white plays here, black shoulder hits, not attaches, white jumps. Okay, this is still very reasonable. White probably attached first. This is okay. So this is, probably Black's second attempt at recreating the board. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The board has been recreated, and they're continuing to play. Let's see who won this round. Luckily, looks like there was not much fighting, which just ended up Black lost the big territory on the right and the middle 5 stones, and White won. All right, good. I'm glad we got through that one. Now, board 3 looks like it went off without a hitch. And this we have one of the other top 4 mentioned players in Ivan Low. Ivan Low, remember it was mentioned that his big contribution, no, his big moment of fame was that he won the Toronto Go Spectacular around the 2022 time frame. He did afterwards, he was very active in the North American Online League, and he's very active there. It's going very, very well. Hope Ivan, gets everything in order and comes to the Go Congress soon. Okay, so very reasonable openings so far. Black jumps out, and this fighting takes place. Hane, White cuts. This is a very, very committal move by White. Usually you don't want to play this because you're going to play a move that is totally useless, while Black is going to make a move that is helping Black develop in the center. Another move is here, but that's okay. So Black pushes, extends. This is meant to defend against the cutting points here on the inside. When you saw this headbutting move, you were also like, what was that, right? This headbutting move, again, is also aimed at defending the, the middle cuts. The middle cuts, exactly how it's going to cut, turn here, connect here, Atari this, push, and then the block or the connect. This is how Black is going to be cut. You can see quickly here how, with this caliber of players, not only are you concerned with if these kinds of stuff works, you're also like, what if it doesn't work? Is this good or bad for White, and so on. Anyways, because of these weaknesses, Black is deciding to give up some territory and just headbutt and then block. And then White captures this. This is a Gote move. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, it's not a small Gote move. After you play this, there's the squeeze in the corner. You can jump out to here and then play this. You can turn here. So, White, okay. So Black takes the first moment to attack, but realize this is not, Black is not going to likely be able to continue attacking White due to the weaknesses in the in the in the corner. Okay, so okay, cool. White plays this peep. This is very, very interesting. By the way, guys, this is the last game we're going to look at on round 1. After this, we're going to catch up live to round 2 games. I hear one of the games has already finished. So it's going to be a sneak preview. In any case, this is well. So White's moves earlier made more sense, but this Atari doesn't make as much sense because it's just a total Gote move. Okay, now that White played that, I expect Black to be way ahead. Black gets Oh, I see. I see. This may have been another misordered game. That's okay. Um, the top ends up being a barely alive position for white. We can see here, black plays this move, forces white to play S11, and okay, white survives on the top, but black is in a very good lead at this point. Um, okay, the entire outside is very strong. So later, black surrounds the left-hand side, and white goes for this cut. Okay, this is not what you want to do when you try to come back, guys. Um, um, yeah, it's black is in a clear lead, but it's not like black is winning by 20 points. Black was winning by 13 points. At this kind of position, you don't want to sort of put all your eggs into one basket and do a in America, we call this a Hail Mary. You don't want to do that. It never ends well. The Go is a very long game, so you want to play the game on and try to find any way. You could stretch yourself a little by playing here. You could try invading somewhere, which we can't find in this board. But cutting, doing something that's not likely to work is a very quick way to losing, and it didn't work. And I expect white to have gotten even further behind at this point. Now you're really desperate. This may have been another ordering issue, but black is now way ahead on territory, and black is just too strong everywhere to be touched. All right. So never heard of white, but better luck next time. Um, Interesting. The lower right was a very weird position too. Probably white connected sometime earlier. Let's see if that. No, no. Looks like okay. Anyways, I'm just glad that not that much fighting has occurred, and Black just consolidated all the territory, captured 8 more stones, and won by 30 points. Good. Now we are going on to round two. Round two, and one of the game has already finished, and it was by the winner of board two from the first round, who I remember also finished extremely fast. So whoever this Yu Ziqi is, he is a super fast player. Okay, so likewise, I expect, I guess Pei Chen is also a super fast player on board one too. Interesting how this went. Hunted first and then crawled and jumped out. Okay, if this was the ordering, um, um, okay. You guys know the Joseki to be here, but it is good to know that the Joseki isn't too bad if it looks like this. Um, and this is totally fine. There's nothing white can do to punish black. Only thing is maybe turn over here. This may be a little bit good for white, but it's not a big deal. We see the connect again. I think we saw this from last game as well from Yu. Okay, invade, and then note how this is also the in-your-face kind of move we saw earlier. Okay, good. The next move following the top, and by the way, props to these two for playing these classic old timer openings. Very interesting. Okay, the next move after this in this shape is here. Peep, take away black's ice base and shape. Now this is one variation, but before you think this is, wow, this looks fairly good for white, I've totally over concentrated black. Black is actually fairly happy with this. How you really want to damage black is before you commit to the right hand side, play this move in Sente when black connects. Now you switch it up. You play here, and then you play this move and try to cut black from both sides. If black wants to seriously hold on, he has to connect on the bottom, cut, and then lose a Panuki in the center. This is how white is able to bully black around like this. Okay, so another move for black would be to extend down. Now you go for this cut, and now we see black is now really in a terrible position. Maybe to live with two eyes, black would have to play f19 as well. Okay, so that did not happen in the game yet. Black plays here, white plays this capping move. Okay, I highly recommend to invade instead of playing these capping moves. And that's because for here, white has already prepared by making white's position strong with J2. After you've made yourself strong, you want to fight it out. In the game, after white made the position strong, an exchange which allowed black to surrender the territory. This is black being very, very happy about. Black is going to be very happy about this. Due to not invading here, I'm gonna give white a thumbs down on this one, and don't expect white to be very successful the rest of this tournament, especially given how fast he or she is playing at the same time. Okay. But most importantly, it's because white didn't invade when I felt it was absolutely necessary to invade. Okay, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So here fighting occurs on the right-hand side. Here white invades. I'm sure white would look back and say, yes, I should have invaded earlier over here. This puts a lot of pressure on the black corner as well. Here, this is where black's corner is very strong, so invading here only attacks one stone. And when black moves out, now white becomes a little bit desperate and attaches, gives up one stone. Okay, before we were predicting bad things for white, now this position looks really good for black now this game. It doesn't look that bad yet, but once you see what's gonna happen continuing, you see here white cuts and white has to play another move down here. This is going behind by a move, and a move is like 15 points in the middle game. Actually, I have the results of the game in the Twitch message. I will not spoil it for you guys. Okay, so on the other hand, black, this attack by black is going very well. You can see here how black is not so concerned with attacking white directly. Just like in the first game, we saw shades of this with Leo, our most strongest youngster in North America, having won the Redmond Cup. Black is attacking white by just making the black position very, very strong. That's how you want to attack. You always want to attack with sustainable development. Here, when white plays this shoulder hit, there's one recommendation, which is here white's corner having defended with c18 is prime for some kind of attachments like these, which would again make white a little bit over concentrated. And after white answers like this, you can choose, same as a game where black has stones that help. Black may choose to play here, black may choose to jump, black may choose to ignore white and just make the bottom strong, or to attack the bottom altogether. If white counterattacks by headbutting, now you're like, oh yes, now let's fight with me in the corner while I totally engulf your side. This is pretty advanced tactics, huh? And just be careful you don't leave yourself this kind of cut, which just spoils all your hard work for nothing. Normally, you guys may see, white may just capture this one stone, but this is a classic way that black is able to build strengths while not losing much. So in the game, this looks a little bit. It's not bad. If we're eating food, this would be a little bit more bland, like buy the book kind of stuff. Whereas the attach and attach would be the spicy moves and the tasting. You always want to be tasty. Leo's strongest North American young player, many disagree. Start with the two Redmond Cup finalists. I was about to say, because Leo, having won the Redmond Cup, established himself as the strongest young North American player. But he has some very strong competition this year. And we mentioned Juanshu Lan, or Josh Lan from Texas, who I know has beaten Leo in the Redmond Cup rounds. So I just assumed that Leo made it into the Redmond Cup finals, but many disagree. Start with the two Redmond Cup finalists. So this means Leo didn't make it to the Redmond Cup finals this year, which is super exciting for North American Go, because this means besides one, we have multiple super strong young players. Sneak peek to the professional qualifiers in August. We have plenty, several young players competing in that as well. So I hope so I'm going to be broadcasting the Redmond Cup finals at Go Congress. So I will see, and maybe we'll talk about Leo 10 not making it and everything. Nice. So just got confirmation from the all-knowing Twitch chat. The finalists for this year is Josh Lan, we talked about, and Kevin Young. Kevin Young, not the professional Kevin Young, the New Jersey six-dan Kevin Young, who I saw at the New York tournaments that I was at, the last two I was at. Kevin Young also got to play Kim Do-hyuk at the New York Institute of Go New York State Championships. All right, so this game, remember, white basically, having given up the Ponuki, gave up a free moves, and we expect black to be doing much better at this game so far. And look, he is. He's playing the attaches, as we talked about earlier, adding more spice into his play. White plays this jump, guys. I guess this is a kill me now kind of move. Remember, when you're desperate, you play these super aggressive moves, which I do not recommend. So in the game, black plays over here on the right hand side. So now the game is going to be decided on whether white can capture the black middle or not. White has 20, 30 points. Black has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 points. So black has way more territory. Here comes white's last hurrah attempt. But black is clearly well versed in the art of baiting your opponent in to capture you and using yourself as bait. Here, you guys see where the bait is. It's this group. It's like, this is your only chance to win the game, white. Come try to capture the only chance you can win in the game. So of course white comes in. White's like, oh yes, I wanted a only chance. This is my only chance. Let me go do it. And so after this, this is going to be Sente 2. And then black is going to play here. White was really baited. Now this white group on the left is captured. The middle could be captured like this. So this is very sad. So at the end of this game, well, so Black was ahead by about 20 points on territory, and now Black captured more territory in the white group. This fishing, baiting with your own body kind of tactic. Oh my God, what is this? I think the the game record has broken again. This move must be here, but that's okay. At the end, Black connects here. Okay, so this, yeah. Maybe White was not as desperate as we saw in this game, but this was a very good win by Black. At the end, he won by 20 points. It does seem like White gained a little bit more on the right-hand side to make up a little bit of territory. But remember, guys, use yourself as bait because Go players are too smart. Go players are too smart to go after one or two stones, especially at this level. To bait your opponent in at the high level, you gotta use a sizable group of your own, which would really hurt you. You have to use your own body. You have to dive into the ocean. You have to hook the hook onto yourself and bait your opponent like that. Okay. Good job by Black, and sadly to say, I don't fancy White's chances coming in. Next up, we have the non-finalist of the Redmond Cup, Liu Tan, versus Ge Yongfei, the old timer. Ge Yongfei was battling with me in 2006. That was when I was a teenager, like his opponent Liu Tan is right now. And Ge Yongfei was already a middle-aged man. And now he is still a middle-aged man. And he's seeing all these different youngsters. Okay, great. Let's see how this goes. Never count Ge Yongfei out. He also stays very young because he's very happy and content with life. He seems always very happy with life. I know he doesn't have any unhealthy hobbies like smoking, drinking, or anything like that. So, yeah, highly recommended. This guy's play, the Ge Yongfei's lifestyle is the way he goes through life. Highly recommended. Just go talk to him when you guys run into him at Go Congress. He's very distinguishable. Search up a picture of him and then you'll see him in real life. He actually does look like that. And yeah, just go talk to him. Let his life attitude rub off a little into you, and you're gonna be a happier person afterwards. All right, chat. Oh, there's so the two youngsters playing in the Redmond Cup finals this year are both very young, and I know one of them, so he is for sure very young, like 13, 14, 15 years old. And yes, time to practice my kid killer strategies. There was an old saying, and it's very true, that you gotta beat the kids when they're still young so they like you and respect you. So when they start beating you, when they get strong, they'll still be nice to you. So gotta practice your kids beating skills. Kids winning against children skills. All right, Daniel is a question mark. What about the two pros? They are still youth players. No Reading Go is talking about Alexander Chi and Kevin Young, the other Kevin Young who is already a pro. Yeah, they're super strong. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to win against them when they were super young. But then again, I became a professional myself, so I still have my chance. All right, here you can clearly see that Ge Yongfei is pretty well versed in the AI variations by playing this move. Some other moves are here, here. Some people also play this move and then this move. This is this. So after you see all the last two moves, you understand this move. This is very, very efficient. It's a diagonal move. It's affecting the left-hand side a lot more. So this makes a lot of sense. And white just invested 3 stones here in exchanges. So again, that makes sense. The only thing is black has to this black has the Aji afforded with both of these cuts. Now, usually it is not good to go after the cuts directly like this, especially at this moment when white cuts on the outside. Black is probably not gonna allow the inside stone to be captured. So um, I think if white went for the outside cut, this is likely to happen, and I think white probably prefers this a little bit more, half a point to 1 point. In the game, Leo just is reduced back to playing here. Given that the commitment has happened, we'd expect white to play another move here. And that's because if you just play on the outside, something like this is a little, still kind of not super strong by black, but giving black the blue key. Black is now very, very, very fine. Top in the game, fighting occurs here, and black surrounds very, 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 very large territory. Here, white jumps. Here's one thing that may help you guys when you guys are trying to maximize. When you play, when you surround territory, often it's very, very tempting to surround the biggest territory like this. But sometimes, what you always want to do is surround the most efficient territory. So sometimes you'll see a lot of strong players almost surround something and then leaving it and then not completing it. In this case, extend is very, very nice, and the next move by black is a very defensive, thick kind of move here. If you're able to get away with not playing that, I'm sure that would be nice. But in the game, black just surrounds this. This last bit may slow black down enough to make the game close again. We'll see. This kind of territory, it's not as big as it looks. Black does have an advantage now, but this is only 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 points. This is only 60 points. White, 70 points. This seems like a lot, but white does have a lot of Aji and oh, look, white is coming in to live directly. Okay, white does have a lot of potential as well. Let's see if white is able to survive here. Okay, black did not play that Hanade. Very interesting. White was able to totally survive, and that's a huge success for white. Very interesting how this happened. The problem with black's move here is the Atari, the push here, the push. And something like this would be, white destroying some Aji, some territory. So we totally understand why black didn't do that. If black just turns back to capture this, is white. Yeah, see, black is not that happy either. So this is a very, very interesting position. But as the game happened, for sure, allowing the group to just live like this is definitely not black's plan. Here, living is achieved by this cut. Very, very unfortunate for black here. All right, so the game continues. Now the game must favor white, although it's not too bad. White plays here, black plays this, Yongfei plays this attack. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. However, one thing, this block, it's not Sente now, unfortunately. If it's Sente, I think black should try to take it earlier rather than later. Unfortunately, I don't think this is Sente. So, anyways, given that, I recommend invading here. This way, it's bigger. This way, it's better. It's more likely to succeed. But if white, yes, white is gonna play this. If white plays here, yeah, white is very likely to just choose a peaceful variation and just keep the rest of the territory. Because black invested so much in this area, earning a little bit of additional territory is not going to do it. Okay, so in the game, this did happen. The at first the move was here, which will not be good. Okay, so this did actually happen, and then white does play this block. This round of fighting goes to white again. Unfortunately for the old timer, goes to white again. Coming back earlier, maybe it really, in this kind of a situation, it's always very, very difficult to figure out the best moves, especially during the attack. So I don't blame black at all for not figuring out the best move. If this move turns out to be the best, I wouldn't have been able to figure this out. If this one, it's really, really difficult. That's why these kinds of kill moves are always so hard to play on both sides. Anyways, so after this, black does another thing that we do not recommend. L17 at H17 seems simple though. We had a simple way to capture, maybe. L17 at H15. This push. This would be a very simple way to capture white. I don't see how exactly white is going to do this at this point. So, this is white totally dying. Like this. This is white totally dying too. Yes. This may have been the move. I still don't know. AI hasn't figured out. AI hasn't figured it out. So yeah. I haven't been able to try anything that captures white. So that makes white alive. So interesting. This may end up being a ko of some kind. Okay, let's see. In any case, living like that is significantly helpful for white's chances. Then this jump. Whenever you guys need any ice spaces at all, you want to turn and not jump. But we can see here black is very, very strong in this area, so we could make an argument for jumping, but this is a pure territory-looking move, most especially because later on there's an extra connect that black has to do in the back. So this really lessens any damage that black can do to white. So another recommendation is to invade here, entice your opponent to cut you off at the back, and then do something like this. Maybe make a ko. This way you can threaten the white group in the middle. This way you're really you gotta to come back. You gotta try to use yourself as bait. And if you play the safest thing all the time and not take any risks, you are not gonna be able to bait your opponent. I see. This is okay. This is great. Okay. Black probably plays the small knight's move. Good. And okay. Now the one thing that the right-hand side moves did accomplish was it did destroy some white territory. That somehow prompted white to go for this move, which he got the exchange, but then white plays the honey and cut. Okay, now there's a very famous weird looking ko here. With this one, this is a very famous ko where black is not able to get out of the ko easily. White is a little bit at risk too, but that's why it's a ko. It's almost a Joseki like ko. However, in this case, when black plays this way, it feels like black has gained here. And that's because now normally the perfect time when white wants to play that kind of a code variation is this. You guys know that the AI and strong players nowadays they really like to play this kind of a peep. The perfect time to play that code is with this peep. Um, and that's because after this, black is still not able to cut because now black is at risk on both sides. Black would likely play something like this, and now either your three stones is now light, or when you start some kind of when you continue to fight here, you can sort of naturally capture that one stone. In any case, it makes the peeping stone less useful, and that's why now is often the time when this variation is played. When blacks kind of like invest something there ahead of time. Okay, so in the game, this goes a little bit good for black's favor. This one space extension is very close to the thickness, which is not useful, and so now, and then when black moves out on the left-hand side, it destroys the potential territory, and next it is attacking the white group over here. Black has this C1 incentive for later, so the group for black is totally strong. The left-hand side white group is now stuck between two very, very strong black positions. So it's very, very, it's a very complicated game now. And having lived on the top for white, before white was very close to winning the game or has a significant clear lead, but now the game is now very, very muddied up. So white comes over on the bottom, attacks this black group. This was planned from earlier. This is interesting. White just surrounds on the outside. This is still taking what do you call it? Taking the non-kill approach, or if you will, the safe approach to winning the game. Okay, that's okay. If black plays here, this group is locally dead. Sorry, locally dead like this. If black plays here, white can play this large knight's move eventually to capture black. So white's move would be here, this move, this move. Interesting. So, but but black has also accomplished one thing, which is black has successfully inserted himself as a very big bait, isn't it? Come capture my group here. It is locally dead. You can do it, white. So after this, black is now able to push out, and let's see if black was able to do something here. One move here, make sure white play here. This is quite complicated. It's hard to figure out the best move on both sides. But it looks like white has this position covered. Interesting. Black cuts. Okay, white plays here. All right. This is a very risky capture. There are multiple positions where white, where it could go wrong for white. However, maybe black's strongest response is something like this. This way, black still has the same position, except black now has the capture incentive. This kind of position, I'm sure this way black would be able to survive. Yes, with this being an Atari. Perhaps that was Black's best hope. See if White has anything better to do. Interesting. Okay. AI is also so AI is also unclear on trying to capture Black here. In the game, Black lost the L1 as Sente, which really mattered a lot. Okay, and so this outside stuff really lost a lot of its teeth. Perhaps Black's it's a big pity for Black having not played this exchange earlier, and perhaps Black's last chance is to play something like this move to try to get White to play a Gote connect and then try to capture the left-hand side group. That group would be big enough, although how to exactly perform this capture is very, very difficult. So in the game, White was able to link up with the left-hand side and capture the bottom Black group. Very nice. So Black was a little bit not comfortable enough being under attack. And at the end, Black played the connect here, which, by all means from the earlier position should have been Sente, but now White just totally ignores it. And yeah, we have Liu Tan proving himself after he also won the first round. So he is on the way. He is on the way to the top. Nice. A very big pity for the lower side life and death position play here. I think the AI has White not going for the kill, like make a move like this. Just defending the left-hand side, something like that. And actually, Black has performed a very good comeback overall. And this is very good. This is how you want to play when you are significantly behind. You start to try to invade more, like on the top. On the left, you take a lot of territory, like Black did on the right. You leave your group kind of weak, as Black did on the bottom, and you take every opportunity to get the to destroy territory, to counterattack, and to take more territory. A big pity. I'm sure at this point Black was still much more likely alive than not. But at this point, for sure, Black is able to live. White actually was not able to figure out the best attacking moves. The block was the best attacking move. So there was no way White was gonna capture this Black group with the block. So Black had his chance. AI actually likes Black right now by 3 points. And it was all he had to come up with with this move, and if White went for the full capture, White would have lost some territory by 3 stones on the inside, and that would have been, of course, super risky for both sides, but much better chance for Black like this. Okay, great. Liu Tan proves himself as the old Ge Yongfei, the older Ge Yongfei 2. Very hard reading fights, messed one up and then messed the second one up on the bottom. But we clearly saw a lot of good experience coming into play a lot in the form of the catch-up game. All right, and we have finally the heavyweight matchup of round 2. And this time they are taking their time. Now with 90 minutes, 1 hour and a half each, and it's only been less than 2 hours into round 2. All the games are going much faster than I expect, and that's okay. We always prefer faster versus slower. But yeah, these games are going faster than we expect. So coming in right now, black has, and right now already, um, I think white actually has a promising position just by first instinct. And that's because I see black having attacked multiple white groups. Black and I see the 3-4 openings a lot. So black was gonna get a lot of territory early, and then black goes and attacks white. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60 points for black. Ooh, actually 60 points for black is a lot. So maybe we're not. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 for white. So looks like a fairly close game. Let's check the AI. Black ahead by 10 points. Aha. We were totally wrong. All right. I always prefer slow, just saying. Yeah. So this is okay. Opening corners. Another classic opening from before AI days. Nowadays, AI highly recommends the Tanuki move now. Of course, whenever the AI recommends a Tanuki, it recommends invading the 3-3. In this case, there's a 3-4 corner. Is also okay. It's not going to be bad. So we have a very classic Ode Joseki. Oh, another one was three space. This is interesting. Okay. Here, if you guys are wondering about how to invade the upper left, one good invasion is to play this peep, and the next move is to play the attachment. One Joseki goes like this, and then white plays here. Now you understand why black doesn't play that Atari. It's much white is much stronger this way. Anyway, this is how you can effectively invade the top. And white would be perfectly happy with this, black having played an extra move that's extending out from the thickness and not very far. Over here on the bottom, this is an interesting shape. This double Hane Joseki, usually it's slightly bad for white, the star point player. And based on conditions, there are multiple times when this move is likely going to be made. One of those is here, when black has made a relatively strong position on the lower right. This kind of shape is very playable. So given that, now that white has a stone there, is this still very good for white? My first instinct is to say no, that is not. White does not prefer this, given white has a stone there. Yeah, white is 1.3, white playing 0.6 at the end. I guess it's fairly close. Yeah. So okay. I guess it's okay either way. Fairly close either way. Okay, in the game, white has done a very good job of making black go out and attack white, and having to extend one space to attack is never really that ideal. But this move has to be played. If you don't play this, you have to play this Hane move, and then white would play this kind of move on the bottom, which would help white and weaken black at the same time. So black plays here. Expect the next move to be the knight's move. White is a little worried about the stone. So the key point in this shape is this turn shape. When white plays, white wants to knight's move. When black plays, black wants to push here. Whenever black is able to get that press, black is generally okay. So in this case, because that peep at h3 is so important, Yeah, I guess white had to allow black to push out like this. Okay, both of these moves are equivalent at this point. Right now, it's very important for white to make a judgment call. Do I give up on the bottom stone or not? And if you do, if you are okay with giving up, um, do you want to jump first or do you want to play in the top left corner first or not? In any case, when black is able to press here, the key point in this one shape, not only does this help black, it also makes white's moves around the Panuki area a little bit in trouble as well. So this fight looks like it's going black's way slightly, but but it's very very early, and white's moves also make a lot of sense. Having gotten this peep must be a very happy experience for White. How did White get this peep? Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So Black connected. This is Black really taking the stronger position and just allowing White to sort of squirm his way in the middle here. Very interesting. This is another self-strengthening move key point for K5. So here, black is doing a fairly good job. And when this fighting happened, black played the strongest squeeze we could think of. Very interesting, very interesting. When the squeeze happened, white has several options. One is to just capture one stone and live like this, but this is very imperfect because black saves the cornerstone at the same time. White can move out. This is a game, and it leads to complicated fighting positions. Hard to say which side, hard to say what white should do exactly right now. Peep and capture one stone is the greediest move and the worst move out of all of these choices. Yeah, this is white is very uncomfortable here because black is very strong on the other side, on the all the surrounding sides. Look at me, I've fiddled around with like 7, 8 different moves, and I still haven't found the AI move for white, which is very interesting. Maybe white just has to move out and fight like this. This fight does not look that good for white though. So yeah. Connect. Connect is a very low efficiency move, so maybe this gives white another chance. This is a greedy living move, and it worked, so good. Interesting. Black gets a first move on the outside. Feels like this fighting probably acceptable for both sides. Black did slow himself down with that connect. This was how this happened. Okay. For white right now, maybe the most important thing is to tanuki and address the top left corner. Maybe on the third line here. If white wants to play in the center, the turn being sente is very hard to pass up. So white passed up this opportunity to put black, into this ball. It's a sign of a very good play. Maybe the best move is just to connect. This is a very interesting fight. So in the game, oh my god, what am I watching? In the game, this shape is very strong for black, and it seems like the fighting is going for black now. Atari and black connects. Okay, this shape is hard to see, but probably okay for both sides. White has a problem now. White is unwilling to give up these 4 stones and move on to the rest of the board. So one very likely variation is something like this. This is still very close, which is very interesting. So when white plays, another move is to play faster, like this move, and then just move on to the upper side more. So when white played in the game also a like what is this, a dump brute force connect. This is reminiscent, so both of these moves are reminiscent of each other. White plays here, empty triangle. Black plays the B move earlier, empty triangle. This is, this is a sign where both players are really hunkering down, trying to win the fight, basically. Connect is better than the Tiger Mouse move because it prevents black from having an extend in Sente. The next move, this move in Sente, basically. So both sides are really trying to keep each other very, very weak at the moment. Okay, so this happened. White played here. This is alive now. Okay, and as the weaker side, the weaker positioned side for white, I don't like this as much. Think about this connect. It's only better than the other moves in the sense that it gives black less Sente moves. All the other moves extend the Tiger Mouse move. All these moves are more efficient in terms of making white connect to the top, make potential territory. And right now, is white really gonna attack the either black group? Because the right-hand side, black captured one stone, and on the left, black has just made some redundant moves. So this is why here is a position where black is now winning, paradoxically winning the efficiency fight in the middle game, which is very interesting, black, because black has the blobs. This blob, black has two blobs here, and black is actually the one winning the efficiency fight. Very interesting, and you can see how black is winning the efficiency fight because black is getting the J11, K12, and now this jump stone. These are all attacking white's shape and developing black's position on the left-hand side. And paradoxically, it was white who had to make these eye-making moves. Another very painful peep. And white was the one at the end having to connect here. I'm sure if you ask Ivan at the end of the game, he'll probably regret playing so slowly in the center. And maybe he would have played faster and lighter. Anyways, after this, white invades on the left, which makes perfect sense. But now black, having secured the upper hand in the middle fighting, and also gained so much potential territory with all the stones that was made in the middle, black does have a significant lead at this point. Yeah, this is all reasonable play. Unfortunately for white, destroying part of the potential is just part of the potential territory. Now that I see how the game went, I guess the black plus 10 evaluation at the that we saw in the beginning makes a lot of sense. So here white lives in the maximum way possible, and here black plays this jump. This is a big jump. If white destroys the center, there's a cut here, there's the peep here, so this kind of moving into the middle is very big. Black may find himself defending here. Yeah, very as white here. The best Sente kind of moves is this one and then this one. If you can force black to connect and then somehow make a group here and then survive with this group, that would be the most promising thing, the most promising way to play. Unfortunately, there may not be a solution out of this. When white places attachment moves, realize what white's doing. It's kind of giving up on the chance of destroying the corner. which would also imply that white is probably gonna also be giving up on sort of contest. We see it. We see that white is giving up on contesting the game, but during the game, the players may not be well versed in who is winning or not winning. So as the game went, Atari and this is another painful move by white. So white played the first move on the top, yet it was black who secured all the territory here, or most of the territory here. Black got the right hand side move. It does feel like white was outfought in the middle game, especially in the middle. This move, this connect move, right now it's still dead even. Black has invested a lot into attacking white, having played all these redundant moves. Um, this squeeze, it was very hard to find the moves for white because all the moves that I tried was not good. So very, very interesting position here. Is the attach the move? Attach and then cut. Is that the move? That's Sente, but I'm not sure if that's the move. Interesting. So maybe this was the position, the attach and going after black's weaknesses before, if black backs off, then the push out is all the much, much stronger. So maybe hard to say. But in any case, the attacks by black seems to have worked. And at this position, white went for the hard, save everything and give you nothing kind of move, and started falling behind in the middle. We talked about how black was able to secure the efficiency edge in the middle fight, despite playing two blobs, which was very interesting because this is why when I first came into the game, I felt like the game might be good for white without doing any evaluations because I saw the blobbed up black shape and I saw that black clearly was attacking white to reach this area. I saw that white was fine with most of his groups, and so I kind of assumed that white played efficiently and was fine. But in this case, that middle fight where trying to get efficiency and the advantage in the fighting, this is going to be very, very instructive. You hear my voice twice, sir? Could you fix that? Yeah, I can't fix that. The stream has to fix that. I am in a call that is played on the stream, so yeah. Let me think. Some reasons why you might hear me twice. I'm not sure. I'm not playing the stream on my phone. Nothing should be on. Yeah. This time, guys, it's definitely not me. All right. Anyways, let me see. Yeah, I'm not playing any other videos, so unfortunately, I can't fix that. All right. Remember, this is very, very instructive on the middle fighting. Cutting white, turning the wrist in this arm wrestling contest, sort of diving into white's position. This is where black really is building up that later on almost insurmountable lead that we're going to see. White could have played on the left-hand side at around this point. But white really wanted Sente on the right. It's also pretty big on the left. And invading here, it was just very easy for black to secures a main part of the territory, and then takes the Sente, and then secures the second part. Well played, well played. This is White. We talked about how this was White kind of giving up on, on destroying the territory. Another move may have been something like this, and if Black blocks on the inside, maybe White can capture a stone. But this is not going to help that much. Even this one stone is not that important. So a very tough position for White now. In the game, White sort of backed off, and Black got the last huge endgame with the connect at R11 too. So on multiple levels, this is wrapping up to a Black victory at this point. Black's lead is just going higher and higher. Clearly it feels like White is not, Ivan seems like he is not that comfortable on the defensive end, defending the groups and maintaining efficiency while defending his groups. So, that connect in the middle really slowed down White's steps, and that little bit of a slowdown allowed Black to sort of encircle and envelope White on the outside, and that's my assessment of how this game has swung into Black's favor. And so Kim Do-hyuk is likely gonna be 2 games up, 2-0, and coming up. Now, Kim Do-hyuk, I don't know why he insists on entering tournaments as an 8th dan, but so this is why it feels like Kim Do-hyuk has like self-esteem issues, and he has to beat up the Europeans to make himself feel better. He insists on playing as an 8th dan for some reason. There was a UK tournament where he entered as a 1P for some reason. I'm sure because they didn't let him enter as an 8th dan. So the NA people are still very nice to him, so we're letting him enter tournaments as an 8th dan, and So this is part of the reason I have that feeling like I'm losing to these tournaments in Korea. Let me fly to Europe and beat up on the Europeans and take their prize money. He didn't. He wasn't able to take my prize money, so. He did take some Chicago Open players prize money in the U.S., so he was successful once. He was unsuccessful the other 4 or 5 times that he played the U.S. tournaments. Maybe he played 4 tournaments total. I'm not sure. But anyways, I have all the praise for Kim Do-hyuk in his Go play. He's very hard to play against, and you can see here how he's so solid. He's like a pushing tank that you can't do anything about during the game. Yeah, taking their lunch money. Kim versus Stanislaw was amazing. Did Stanislaw beat Kim Do-hyuk? I know Lucan beat Kim, but Kim wins like more than half of the European tournaments he enters, and many Go enthusiasts are using Kim Do-hyuk at relative tournaments to assess the relative levels of the Go communities in all of these countries and continents. And so here, Europeans are not doing themselves that much. Are not doing that well. Kim having won a lot of European tournaments. And, NA was doing very well until the Chicago Open, where Kim won, and seems to have rode through all of his opponents as well. And I think he played some tournaments in Asia as well, but I have not heard of his ranking or anything in Korea. So tries to take away all of the players' prize money. Anyway, why do I praise Kim Do Hyuk that much in terms of his go play? I have this theory. So whenever anyone beats me, like Ivan Lowe did at the Toronto Go Spectacular, I don't praise him. I say, okay, he's a good player. That's it. I don't say much about him because that doesn't say too much about me. But if I beat anyone, I always praise their go play. So like Kim Do Hyuk, for example, I beat Kim and I say, oh, Kim is the strongest player in the world. What does that make me? That makes me the player who beats the strongest players in the world. So, um, you know, when I praise anyone who I beat, the stronger they are, the stronger I am. So it's like, and it's like a page out of the U.S. President's Trump's playbook, right? Praise yourself and make boast yourself. So I'm taking a page out of his book like this. So whenever I'm praising him to help, I'm actually praising myself. All right. So Ivan, I didn't say much good things about Ivan. So yeah, what if Ivan's very strong, what does that make me? Not that much. All right. Now, in all seriousness, here, so Black is leading by 13, 14 points. Very, very significant. Um, so Black has just played this end game. White has 10, 20, 25, 35, 40, 50, 55 points total on the board. Black has 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 55, 65, 70, 75 points. So 55 to 75. And that seemed pretty reasonable. So now, very, very clearly winning by Black. Now White went for a very hard, squeeze. The this is like the what do you call it? The do or die moves, and it doesn't seem like it's working. Something like this because Black's connect is going to be Sente with a push. It doesn't seem like White is able to do any damage to Black. Now, unfortunately for White, Black didn't play the strongest counterattack, which may have been here. Um, this White, Black may have been worried about this. This is actually a big problem. Um, yeah, so for all these reasons, maybe for a variety of reasons, Black did not play the strongest move. So Black backed off. This helped Black's position a lot. When we counted Black's 75, we counted 20 points for Black over here. White having reduced this down to 12 or something is like eight less points that Black has. And now Black's lead is only 8 points on the board. So all of a sudden, the game is much, much closer than before. But, 8 points is still way too much, especially on this kind of a board. And White had to defend here. Black is going to defend here. Oh, Black is going to defend here. Connect. Black is going to defend here. Is that a bigger move? No, Black is only at a 5-point lead. Very interesting. Unless I'm missing a very big move. No, this is right. Black apparently didn't play the strongest moves over here. Um, yeah. Much closer now. Black has a 10-point lead. There was major problems in this shape, but maybe it was the push and the squeeze. This way, Black captures more. This is 8 points, but hard to say. Okay, this is how the game stands. This is how the game stands. Black has a 5-point lead by backing off. Black has lost about 7-8 points of lead, which is very important. Why not d7 for white? D7 is here. This is a sente move. This is a perfectly okay move. Now, if you were talking about d7 beforehand, like this, that would make sense too. This way, white gets sente, but actually, no, white gets sente no matter what. So this way, black actually makes more territory in the center of the board than this. That's all. All right. Do you think pro exams in EU and NA should happen more often? No, I think it's about right. It's happening very often already. It's happening about once a year in the US and about once a year in the EU. So North America, we have 9 pros. European Union has 10. So I think it's fine. But before we were never able to do one per year due to COVID years. And the years before, it was not every year. It was like once every 2 years. So once a year seems pretty good. Once a year seems pretty good. It's also how often the pro exams are in Asia, in Korea and China and Japan. And annual just has a very good feel to it. All right, another round of counting. This time we're gonna draw. So here, white is meant to have sente. This is going to be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. And this is how I count 30 minus. It's a little less than 30. This is 10 plus. Okay, so this equals out. This is 40. And this is 8. 8. Unfortunately, it's not 10 minus. Oh my God, where did all my drawing go? 30 minus 10 plus. This is 8. No, they're playing so fast. And so that's 48, 58, 68, 70. So black has 70, trust me. Okay, let's go back one move, and this is a good count. Okay, this is 30 minus 10 plus. We can also call this 10 minus. It's really a little less than 10 minus. 10, 20, this is 20 plus. Oh my God, every time it updates, it loses all of my stuff, which is interesting. Okay, anyways, black has 70 points. This is how the board stands now. White, this is 10. This is 5. This is, wow, this is 7. This is, this is great. This is 13. So this is now 20, and this is 10. This is 4. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, this is 10. This is 10. This is 20. This is 40. Now this is 50. So it's still 50 points to black had about 70 points. This would make the game not as close as we thought. So black, remember, 30 minus 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 45, 55. So maybe around 15 points on the board would be 7.5 points. We did overcount black a little here. Now this was 30 minus. Now let's clear an update. Now it's 10, 15, maybe 22, 23, maybe 23. Okay. So it's about less than 15 points on the board. Still, they are running out of space, and they are running out of space to do damage. Black is going to play here when white parries. Here was a little bit of extra something for white, a couple extra points, which really reduces black's lead down from 20 points on the board to about 12, 13 points on the board. Okay, so everything makes sense now. Still, it's going to be a very easy game for black at this point. Cool. So we were saying, as a way to always boast ourselves, we praise the people who we beat. Highly recommended. You guys should try the same thing. And plus, you're commendating you're praising someone. So usually, even when people know about your tricks, they're not able to do much about it because you're being nice about it because you're praising someone. So remember, guys, whenever you beat someone, don't tell them how bad they are, right? Unless you want to tell them how bad they are, tell them how good they are and make them feel better. Because the stronger the people you beat, the stronger you are, and the stronger you are, the stronger you are. That's what you want to say at the end, right? We're too embarrassed to say how strong we are, so you have to do the next best thing, which is say how strong the players who you beat are, right? Yes, so Kim Do-hyuk, super strong player. He wins more than half of the European tournaments he plays in. And he also won a North America tournament, so he's coming for us too in North America. Never miss a chance to disparage the Europeans a little. Mm-hmm. That is my job after all. That is one of my jobs after all, to make sure that North America still is superior to Europe in terms of Go. Do you guys agree with that? Let me know in the comments. Come on, what am I going to say? EU is stronger than NA? No, I'm not going to say that. Plus, the data does not bear that out. And we talked about how Kim Do-hyuk was a very, very good data point to assess the relative strengths of the North American and EU Go community. So, very nice. Let's see how this data point performs in this CGA Canadian Go Association Open Go tournament. Europe has always been considered a little stronger than NA. One-Eyed Dragon clearly blasting out blasphemy on the stream. Make sure you guys join the Europeans on their streams, the EGF stream, and let them know that. It's too bad after the NA players beat up the NA professionals beat up the Europeans too badly after the last European Transatlantic Pro Championships, that the tournament just didn't happen again. It's too bad. I think we would all like to see that tournament happen more and more. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Europe has always been considered a little stronger than NA. That's a funny one. That's a funny joke. Okay, all right. We've said all the controversial stuff, and of course, I am very good friends with, I consider many Europeans some of my very good Go friends. I don't know if they do the same on their end, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Let them know, guys. Let all the Europeans know Kim Do-hyuk is playing in North America as well. All right. Look. This tournament was super decked out. King's College University, Canadian Open, Halifax, Canada. This place is all the way to the western end of Canada. No, eastern end of Canada. This is right above Maine. You can see here, this is Maine. This is New Brunswick. This is University of King's College. You guys don't see the map, do you? Check it out on the map. You guys will see it. Awarded prizes. There's a promo video. Halifax Go Club, terrific Go tournament. I do not see the live feed from the tournament venue, but I understand that you people, everyone watching, are seeing the live feed. So it's I hear it's a very sparkling clean thing. Wow. Look at this Halifax Go School, Halifax Go Club, Maxfin Investments, wow, Broker Dream, wow, all these sponsors, this is great. Airport Pickup Service Plan, wow. Airport Pickup Service Plan. Whoever, not even the U.S. Go Congress has an airport pickup service plan. Oh my God. Super discounts on the hotels. Nice accommodation, location, venue, King's College. Rules, AGA rules, great. There's also Pergo at the end. Wow, exciting. Tournament schedule. Let's see. So after this round, they're gonna play Pergo and Blitz. After tomorrow, it's also Pergo and Blitz. This is great. Location, venue, airport pickup, lunch plan within a 7-minute walk. Okay. Pizza. Pizza. Okay. Professional activities. What? Professional activities? Oh, I could have made a few extra bucks by flying over to Halifax, Canada. Unfortunately, it seems like none of the professionals went. No one told me. No one asked. Yeah, it's their fault they didn't ask me. It's also their fault they had professionals in like Yung Yang using Canada, Bill using Canada, and because that just didn't happen. Maybe they were too expensive. Atlantic Explorer travel plan. Wow. Whale watching and seabird cruises. Wow. Nice. A quick
We're gonna
sneak peek
have to
at
get
the game, guys. Black maintains and 7.5 to 8-point lead at this point. Nothing big happened. They're just going through the end game, guys. Poster creative activities. Interesting. Okay. Banquet. There's a banquet. June 30th at 6 p.m. Banquet. Wow. Cancellation policy, we don't need that. Volunteer, okay, contact us. Great. Wow, they really backed out the 2025 48th Canadian Go Open. Great. Matches, Do-hyuk. Black wins. Okay. Oh, we just had, okay, this just happened 1 second ago. Great. So black wins by resignation. Right now it's a 7.5. It's an 8.5 point lead. White just resigns. 15 points on the board. Congratulations, Kim Do-hyuk. I really like to see Do-hyuk beat win as many tournaments as possible, because the more he wins, the more it feels like I win for some reason. At some point, we'll have to go fight Kim Do Help again, and maybe after. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you guys all for watching. Apologize for all the technical difficulties. We went through a lot, and look, Jin Weibing is actually playing in the tournament. Very interesting. And in the first round, I take it he won in the first round. White plus resignation. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand why they didn't do the first, second, and the third board and fourth board. Ah, huh? We saw this game, and this game, the board 8. Interesting. Maybe it wasn't structured in this way. Anyways, we have standings after day one. 3 game winners. This guy Chen, Do Hyuk, and Liu Tan. And Yu Ziqi, one win, one win, one win. There's also this guy, and Jin Weibing. He's a very old professional player. So Jin Weibing, this guy probably will have 2 wins. His game is not finished yet. James Sedgwick with 0. James is the Canadian president of the Canadian Go Association. Wow, this guy. Wow, let's see how many players they got. They got 92. Very impressive. All right, guys, that's how the games stand. This is the second. This is the first round. This is the second round, and a couple games are not finished yet. Great. Didn't see the top boards in the last one. Chris is gonna take over, and he didn't do well in the previous Canadian Open, so lower rank entering this tournament. Echo, yeah. Luckily, Echo will not be something I will face again. They will hopefully figure it out tomorrow with a different commentator. All right, some of my best friends are Europeans. Okay, all right. We've read all the stuff. Come back tomorrow to see the second round, guys. The second day, guys. Rounds 3 and 4. See you guys next time. Here, I'll put up the standings at the end so you guys can see some of this. All right. Anything further, Chris? I'm gonna open Chris's mic, and he can say stuff to you guys too. See you guys. This is Chris. Can't hear Chris. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Michael. Wonderful commentary as always. We really appreciate that. We just can't get enough Michael. And as he mentioned, we will see him at the Go Congress in just a couple of weeks. So we are looking forward to that. In the meantime, we'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, rounds 3 and 4. Round 3 will stream the games, and then Paige Lemaster will join us at 1 o'clock, and he'll review the morning games and then the afternoon games. So join us tomorrow. It'll be Sunday with the Canadian Open Day 2. All right, everybody. Thanks again, Michael. Really wonderful to see you, and we will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Whew. Thank you, Michael.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. All good. See you guys next time. See you at Go Congress.
Appreciate it. Great stuff. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Chris.
Thank you. I was getting a lot of echo off of mine too. Let's see. So we want to go ahead.
Maybe it's on now.